सो मैं तुम सन कहु सब, सुनूनि समन नाही। राम कथा कलिमल हरनी, मंगल करनी सुहाई। स्वायंभु मन अरसत रूपा, जनते मैं नर सृष्टि अनूपा। धनपति धर्म आचरणनीका, अचहु गाव स्तुति जिनकी। नृपौतान पर सुत तासु, जुव हरि भगत कई। वीर पुराण प्रशंस ही जाय, देवहु सुकुमारी। जो मुनि कर दम प्रिय नर नारी।
प्रभु दीन दयाला, चतर धरि उजहि कपिल कृपाला। सांख्य शास्त्र जिन प्रगट,
तत्व विचार निपुण भगवान। तेहि मन राज कीन बहु काला, प्रभु आयस सब विधि
प्रतिपाला।
भवन पसत
चौतपन, होय विषय विराग।
जन्म
हरि
भागनु, हृदय बहुत दुखला। दरबस राज सुत हित बदीना, नारी समेत गवन बन कीन। तीरथ ख्याता, अति पुनीत साधक सिद्धिदाता। बसहि तहाँ मुनि सिद्ध समाजा, तहाँ ही हर्षि चले मन। ज्ञान भगति जनु दर्शि, पहुँची राय दीनो। हर्षि नहाने निर्मलनी, आई मिलन सिधा मुनि ज्ञानी।
धर्म धुरंधर
निपरिषि जानी, जहाँ जहाँ तीरथ रहे सुहाए। सकल सादर कर, कस शरीर मुनि पत परिधाना।
सत समाज
नित सुनहि पुराना। द्वार दास अक्षर मंत्र पुनि, जब ही सहित अनुराग। वासुदेव पर कपल कंदा,
सुमिरहि ब्रह्म सच्चिदानंद।
पुनि हरि हेतु करन तप लागल।
बारे आधार मूल
फल त्यागी, उर अभिलाष निरंतर होय। देखिय नयन परम
प्रभु सोय।
अगुण अखंड अनंत अनारी। जेहि चिंतहि पर
भारत बारी।
नीति नीति जेहि वीर निरूपा।
निजानंद निरुपाधिय रूपा।
शंभु
विरंच विष्णु भगवान।
उपजहि जासु अंश नाम। ऐसे प्रभु सेवक दस अहै।
भगत हेतु
लीला तनु बहै। बचन सत्य श्रुति भाषा, हमार पूजहि अभिलाषा। यही विधि बीत तथा सहस बारी आहार। संवत सप्त सहस्र पुनि ग्रह समीर आधार वर्ष सहस दस त्याग सोई तार रही विधि हरिहर तप देखि अपारा
मन समीप आए बहु बारा मागहु बर बहु बाति लुभाए
परम धीर
नहीं चलहि चलाए
अस्ति मात्र होई
रही शरीरा
तरपि मनागमन
हीरा प्रभु सर्वज्ञ दास निज जानि गति अनन्यता
तस नृपरानी
माग माग बरि भय नभ बानी
परम कबीर कृपा मृत सानी
मृतक जियवनि गिर सुहाय
श्रवण रंज होई
जग आय
पृष्ठ पुष्ट तन भय सुहाए
मानहु अभहि भवन ते आए
श्रवण सुधा सम बचन सुनी
पुलक प्रफुल्लित गावत
बोले
कर
दंडवत
प्रेम न
हृदय समान
सुनु सेवक सुर तरि सुर देन
विधि हर हर बंदित पर रेन
सेवत सुलभ सकल सुखदायक
प्रणत पाल सचराचर नाय
जाओ अनाथ हित हम
परने हो
ताऊ प्रसन्न हुई यह वर दे
जो स्वरूप बस शिव मन माही जेहि कारण मुनि जतन
कराए जो पुसंदे मन मानस
सहंसा
सगुण अनुज
निगम प्रशंसा देखहि हम स्वरूप परिलोचन
कृपा करहु प्रणतारति लोचन तंपति
वचन परम प्रिय लागे मृदुल विनीत प्रेम रस पागे भगत
बचन
प्रभु कृपा निधान
विश्ववास
प्रगति भगवान नील सरोरहु नीलमणि
नील निरधर श्याम
लाज ही तन शोभा
निकटी कोटि
कोटि सतका
शिवा
चारु कपोल
चिबुकधर ग्रीवा अधर अरुण रन सुंदर नासा विदु कर निकर विनिंदक हासा नव अंबुज अम्बक
छबिनी के
चितवनि
ललित भगवती जी के
प्रकृति मनोज
मनोज चाप बिहारी तिलक ललाट
पटल जुटिकारी
कुंडल मकर मुकुट सिर ब्राजा
कुटिल केस
जनु मरुभस उर श्री वस्तुर चिर
वनमाला हरिकहार भूषण मणिजार के हरि कंदर चार
जने बाहु विभूषण
सुंदर ते
करी कर सरस सुभग
चंदा
कति निशंग कर
सर कोदंदा
तरत बिनिंदक पीत पट उदर
रेख भरती
नाभि मनोहर ले तुझन
जमुना भवर चविची परर जिंदरनी नहीं
जाय मुनि मन
मधुप बसहि जिन माय
भाम भाग सोबति अनुकूला
आदि शक्ति जब मूला जासु अंश उपजहि
अगणित लक्ष्य उमा ब्रह्मांड विकुट आस जग होई, राम बास दिसि सीता सोई।
समुद्र हरि
रूप बिलोकी,
एकटक रहे नयन पटरोकी।
चितवहि सादर रूप नूपा,
तृप्ति न मानहि
मनु
सतरूपा। हर्ष विभस तन दशा बुलानि, परिरंदहि बदहि पद पानि।
सिर पर से प्रभु निज कर कंजा,
क्रूर उपाय करुणा पुंजा।
बोल कृपा निदान पुनि, अति प्रसन्न मोहि। मागहु बर जोई भाव मन,
महादानी अनुमानी। सुनि प्रभु वचन जोरि
जुग पानी। धरि धीरज बोली
मृदुवाणी। नाथ देखि
कर कमल तुम्हारे,
अब पूरे
सब काम हमारे।
एक लालसा भरि
रमाई, सुगम
अगम कहि जाति सुनाई।
तुम ही देती सुगम गोसाई,
अगम लाग मोहि निज कृपणाई।
जटाधर आई, बहु संपत्ति मागहु सकुचाई। तास प्रभाव जान नहीं सोई,
तथा हृदय मम संशय होई।
सो तुम जानहु अंतर जामी।
पूर्वहु मोर मनोरथ स्वामी।
सकुच बिहाय मागुन पमोही,
मोरि नहीं अधिया कछ तोहि।
दानि शिरोमणि कृपा निधि,
नाथ कहौ सति भाव।
चाहु तुम ही समान सुख,
प्रभु सनक गौराव।
देखि
प्रीति सुनि बचन
अमोला।
एवमस्तु करुणानिधि बोले।
आप सरस को जाग,
कह जाय
नृप तव नयन होब।
प्यारे।
सतरूप ही बिलोकि कर जारे,
देवी मागो बरु जोरि चितोरे।
जो बरुनाथ
चतुर नृप मागा,
सोई कृपा मोहि अति प्रिय।
प्रभु परंतु सुखी होति
दिखाई, जरति भक्त
तुम है साई।
तुम प्रमाद जनक जग स्वामी।
ब्रह्म सकल उद अंतरयामी।
रस समुझत मन संशय होई,
कहाँ जो प्रभु प्रवान सोई।
जे निज भगत नाथ तव अहै,
जो सुख पावहि जो गति लहई।
सोई सुख सोई
सोई भगति
सोई निज चरण सनेहो। सोई विवेक
सोई रहन
कृपा कर देहो। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति
महादेव की जय।
बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। शंकर हरि जय जय सिया राम।
सुनि मृदु मूढ़ रुचिर बर रचना। कृपा सिंधु बोले मृदु वचना। शोक रुचि तुम्हारे मन माही। वै सो दीन सतम सय
जय जय नारायण नारायण।
श्री नारायण हरि नारायण 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 जय जय नारायण नारायण।
राम
जय जय राम।
राजा राम 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 सीता राम राम 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 राम।
श्री नारायण हरि नारायण जय जय नारायण नारायण। श्री नारायण
हरि नारायण जय जय नारायण नारायण।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे राम
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे।
राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे हरे।
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। कृष्ण Krishna. गुरुजी के चरणों में शीश को झुकाओ,
गुरुजी के चरणों में शीश को झुकाओ,
जन्म जन्म के भाग्य फल को पाओ।
गुरुजी के चरणों में
लागे मोह मायन कब हो जगत की, दया सिंधु गुरु जी को शरण ध्याओ, दया सिंधु गुरु जी को शरण ध्याओ। गुरु जी के चरणों में शीश को झुकाओ, भटकता रहा हूँ मैं युग युग से स्वामी, मिले ज्ञान आके हरि दर्श पाओ, मिले ज्ञान आके हरि दर्श पाओ।
गुरुजी के
चरणों में शीश को
झुकाओ,
काम क्रोध मद लोभ चक्षु है मारी, गुरु ज्ञान कंग से मार भगाओ, गुरु ज्ञान कंग से
मार भगाओ। गुरुजी के चरणों में शीश को झुकाओ,
जिस वीर कहता अजन्माय नारी, उस देख कर मन की दुविधा मिटाओ, उस देख कर मन की दुविधा मिटाओ।
गुरुजी के
चरणों में शीश को झुकाओ, जन्म जन्म की भाग्य फल को पाओ।
गुरुजी के
चरणों में
बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. Let us all join in doing salutations to Lord Ganesh.
to Mata Saraswati, to our Guru, and to Bhagwan Ram. Gajananam Bhutaganaadisevitam Kapitjambo Phalasarbhakshanam Umasutam Shokavinaashakaranam Namami Vighaneshwari Padapankajam Yakundendu Tusharhardhavala Ya Shubhra Vastravrita Ya Veena Varadanda Mandita Kara Ya Shvet Padmasana Ya Brahmachyuta Shankara प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निशेष जाड्यापहा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः लोकाभिरामं रणरङ्गधीरम् राजीवनेत्रं रघुवंशनाथं लोकाभिरामं रणरङ्गधीरं राजीवनेत्रम् रघुवंशनाथं कारुण्यरूपं करुणाकरं तं श्रीरामचन्द्रं शरणं प्रपद्ये कारुण्यरूपं करुणाकरं तं श्रीरामचन्द्रं शरणं प्रपद्ये राम कथा के तेय अधिकारी जिनके सत्संगति अति प्यारी। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम। बिनु सत्संग विवेक न होई, राम कृपा बिनु सुलभ न सोई।
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
अवध तहाँ जहाँ राम निवासो, दिवस तहै जहाँ भानु प्रकाशो। श्री राम जय राम,
जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
बरे भाग मानुष तन पावा, सुर दुर्लभ सब कंसनि गावा। श्री राम जय राम,
जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
नहीं कलिकर मन भगति विवेकु, राम नाम अवलंबन एकु। श्री राम जय राम,
जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
काहू न को सुख दुख कर दाता, निज कृत कर्म भोग सब व्राता। श्री राम जय राम,
जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम।
कर्म प्रधान विश्व करि राखा, जो जस करई सो तस फल चाखा।
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय
राम बोलो राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम।
बोलो राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम।
बोलो राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम।
बोलो राम
राम राम सीता राम राम राम। श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय। Let me take this opportunity to welcome all of you who are sitting here tonight to this about 13th night or something like that, 15th night of this 108 nights. And a special welcome also to all those who are listening on Heritage Radio 101.7 FM, and to all the people on the various social medias, media across the world. Last night when we left it, we saw a very moving prasanga involving Naradji, Manasaputra of Brahmaji himself. And Naradji assumed a role which has a great lesson for all of us. And I hope that you all were listening. When Naradji gave sharp to Bhagwan, and then Bhagwan pulled his Maya, Naradji realized that he had made a big mistake, but what is done is done. And he asked forgiveness from Bhagwan, but Bhagwan took the sharp, the curse. As he was going, as he left and he was going back to his father's place now, he met those two Shivaganas, whom he had given a sharp to also. And they were the two who became Ravan and Kumbhakara. So just before 139, about 3 chaupais before, he met them. And they begged Narada to take back the curse, but what to say? See that. Haragan hamana vipra muniraya.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Bar aparadh dina phal paya.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
श्राप अनुग्रह करऊ कृपाला.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
बोले नारद दीन दयाला.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
निशिचर जाई हो तुम दो.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
वैभव विपुल तेज बल हो.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
जय रघुराम.
Jaya Raghuram.
जय सीताराम. जय
Jai
सीताराम. श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय. हरगन हम न विप्र मुनि आया. They told, "Oh Narad, we were not Brahmanas sitting there, you know. We are Haragana. We are two of the Ganas of Lord Shiva. Messengers or what Ganas, how you will translate, I don't know. Attendants of Lord Shiva, followers of Lord Shiva. Bara aparad ki na phala paya. We did something really bad and we got a bad sharp also. Curse. Sharp anugrah karahu kripala. Bole Narada Dina Dayala. You please take back this sharp." They asked Narad. Narad said, "Nisichara jai hohu tuma do. You please, both of you go. Already I gave sharp. And you become Rakshasas." That was the sharp. But don't worry. Now, along with the sharp, and usually in scriptures it is like that. Even if there is no blessing along with the shrap itself turns out to be a blessing. Vaibhav vipul teja balad ho, both of you. You become very renowned and very powerful Rakshasas. You will Bhujabala bis jitavatuma jahiya. You will conquer the whole world by your powers. So Ravan really conquered everywhere. And where he did not have physical strength, he used his might of intellect. For example, he was not stronger than Bali or Sahasrabahu, but he used his brain. Where you don't have brawn, you have to use. One lady bought an appliance in the house, and brought it home, and then you have to mount it up, put it together, the appliance. There were so many parts, she was putting it together, and she got frustrated because she couldn't put it together, too many parts to put together. And most people don't want to read the user manual, User's manual, nobody wants to read. Quickly you come and you open the box and you try to put everything together and all that. So she got frustrated and left it on the kitchen counter, and she went shopping again. And the servant came there. The servant saw it on the kitchen counter. And she put it together. So when the mistress came home, she said, "Who put this together?" She said, "I did." "What? You cannot even read and you put it together?" She said, "Yes, madam. When you can't read, you have to use your brain." Ravan was good. He used his brain, and even Bali, who was stronger, diplomacy, all sorts of things. But so that was part of the blessing of Narad. Bhujabala Biswa Jitava Tuma Jahiya Zarihai Vishnu Manuja Tanu Tahiya Samara Marana Hari Haat Tumhara Hoi Hahu Mukuta na Puni Samsara. So he told, you go become Ravan Kumbhakaran, Bhagavan himself will take avatar and he'll come and he'll kill both of you, and you will get mukti and you'll not have to take any birth again. So this is different Ravan Kumbhakaran from the one of Jay and Vijay. That is the idea. Huh? So in every kalpa like that, it is different. Now, while Lord Shiva told this prasanga of Naradji and made Narad look so ridiculous, Lord Shiva also had to do it. Why do you have to tell this katha of Naradji? I mean, you could have told some other katha. So Lord Shiva told, no, this is just before 140. Lord Shiva himself tells. Why I have to tell? I don't have to look for any rationale. Let the Lord explain why he told. See that. यह प्रसंग में कहा भवानी
श्री राम जय जय राम
हरि माया हो मोहनी तुम ज्ञानी
श्री राम जय राम
प्रभु कौतुकी प्रणत हितकारी श्री राम जय राम सेवत सुलभ सकल दुख हारी
श्री राम जय राम
श्री राम जय यततो ह्यपि कौन्तेय पुरुषस्य विपश्चितः इंद्रियाणि प्रमाथीनि हरन्ति प्रसवं मनः. Bhagavan tells in Bhagavad Gita. What is that? That purushasya vipaschitaha, even a wise person, wise man, enlightened man, next to enlightened, almost enlightened, vipaschitaha purushasya. Indriyani pramathini haranti prasavam manava. That person's mind gets stolen away, gets swept away by the force of the senses. And it means in Bhagavad Gita language, that is the senses and the mind, and pramathini means it is turbulent and strong and stubborn and all that. It is Bhagavad Gita language. But in the language of Tulsidaji and Ramcharitamanas and the language of Bhakti, Lord Shiva gives the exact same reason now. What he tells, Yaha prasanga mai kaha Bhavani. Oh Bhavani, I told this prasanga. Prasanga means, what is prasanga? Huh? Episode. Prasanga, episode. I told this episode about Narada. Why? Hari Maya mohahi munigyani. That Bhagwan's Maya is such, it will tumble down Munigyani also. That is Bhagwan's Maya. So the language which is used here is Bhagwan's Maya. Because Bhagwan, Bhakta and Bhagavan. Bhakta and Bhagavan, that type of language is used. So there, in Bhagavad Gita, one type of language is used, and here in Ramayana, the different type of language is used, but the two things are telling me one and the same word. Purushasya vipaschitaha. There, the most exalted among yogis, men. And here, Muni Gyani, they also get knocked down by this, or they also get knocked down. That is the idea. In this Sortha, very nice Sortha, see. He continues there. Suranara Muni ko nahi, jehi na moha maya prabala. अस विचारि मन माही भजिय महामायापति सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सुर नर मुनि को नाही. Sur means gods, Nara means men, Muni means all these sages. Ko nahi, among all of them, there is nobody, Jehi Namoha Maya Prabala, that have not been struck down by the force of Bhagavan's Maya. That is the idea. See, you see everywhere. Durvasa Muni, Gautam Rishi, everybody, they get angry for this thing or that thing and give some shrap. That's what it means. Lord Shiva is telling to Parvati ji. Asavichari manamahi bhajiya mahamaya patihi. Therefore, my dear Parvati ji, knowing this, understanding, not only speaking to Parvati ji, speaking to all of us, knowing this, you worship that Pati, master of Mahamaya. Worship that master. Bhagavan tells in Bhagavad Gita that the one who crosses over that Maya is the one who takes refuge in the Lord only. Only the one who takes refuge in that Lord. So, take refuge in Bhagavan. Only the one who takes refuge is saved from Maya. Like the example is given of a fish, In the old days, I don't know if it still happens, but I remember seeing in the old days, fishermen used to take a net and go in the lagoon. And they used to do like that. Have you seen? If you're my age, you must see that. The young people nowadays may not have seen, but I saw. The only fish that gets saved from that net of Maya is the fish that comes at the feet of that fisherman. Any fish away from that feet. That is the idea. This is examples. Mameva ye prapadyante mayam etam taranti te. He tells in Bhagavad Gita like that. The one who takes refuge at the feet of Bhagavan. Lord Shiva tells. Now, after 141, and I think this is today's 140 ke baad. Yes. After 141, Bhagavan Shiva starts a new story, And because, please remember, what is he telling in this portion of Ramayana? Bhagavan Shiva is telling those reasons why Bhagavan took avatar. So just now we saw that Narada gave sharp like that he had to take avatar. previous to that. So several stories. This is not end now. I don't think it is ending tonight also. This will go on and he'll tell many reasons why Bhagavan took avatar. But all of the stories Bhagavan is going to tell, all of those stories also have great lessons for all of us. Like that Narada Prasang was a very moving thing, So many lessons for. Narada actually played the role of a deluded jiva. And who is deluded jiva? We are. But Narada is with body. Riding body. All right. So now, next reason now why Bhagavan took avatar. Swayambhu Manu Aru Satarupa Jinate Bhe Narasrishti Anupa. Bhagavan took avatar because of the tapas and power of these two, Manu and Satarupa. See, 142. Sortha again. There seems to be, now we don't know, we can make suggestions why suddenly when Bhagavan is talking about Manu and Shatrupa, here he uses Sortha, or just suddenly Bhagavan Shiva starts using Sortha, different meter altogether. So you can, but something changed. All the time he was using dohas to do the expression and suddenly Sortha. Something is in the making. Something is in the making is, our suggestion is, now Bhagavan is going to tell a story about what is required for a person not only to become a bhakta of Bhagavan, but to become the parents also of Bhagavan. What great tapas, even to become the parents of Bhagavan. Some new infusion of something is happening there, you see. It's not any ordinary thing then. Lord Shiva changes. 142. Hoina Bishaya Viraga Bhavan Basat Bha Chaupada. Hoina Bishaya Viraga Bhavan Basat Bha Chautapana. Hridaya Bahut Dukh Laga Janam Gayau Hari Bhagati Binu. Hridaya Bahut Dukh Laga Janam Gayau Hari Bhagati Binu. Siyavar Ramchandra Ki Jai.
पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय.
Manu and Satarupa. Manu was a great, great king. Great king. And this thought came to him. Both him, Manu and Satarupa also. To two of them. What is the thought? Hoina Bishaya Viraga Bhavana Basat Bha Chautapana. Actually, this means that Manu and Satarupa were true Hindus. Hindus to their heart. Hindu means what? Following the Vedic tradition. The Vedic tradition had really infused into their hearts a tradition and teaching and all of that. And that teaching, which the Vedic tradition infused into their heart, that teaching was coming back now to haunt them. And that is good. When a civilization or culture or a tradition infuses something in our heart, and that thing comes back to haunt us, that thing is very good. But they had heard from the Vedas and from the Upanishads and from the tradition. What? That in the fourth part of the life, third and fourth part of the life, I'm supposed to be moving in a different direction. They had heard that thing. And now they both lamented that we have reached Chautapan. Chautapan means the fourth part of our life. And what? We have reached the fourth part of our life. If you divide the life 100 years into 4 parts, just roughly. Nowadays you have to divide, do some different division and all. But more or less, right? Hoi na bishaya viraga. They lamented these two things. What is that? Hoi na bishaya viraga. I have not detached myself from all worldly things. So lament when I have reached that age. Second thing, bhavana basata. We are still living at home. We are still householders. Means holding on to the house. That is the idea. So at that later stage in life, I am supposed to have really worked on these two things. Right? But the two of them lamented, now we didn't. Hridaya bahut dukh laga. That brought great sorrow to the two of them. Janama gayau hari bhagati binu. That our life is now gone. And we did not develop bhakti for Hari. Because a requirement for the development of bhakti for Hari is Vishaya Viraga. But I have to be detached from, I cannot be loving worldly things and loving Bhagwan also. That means what? I am unfaithful to Bhagwan. So there's a great lament in the heart of both of them. So what Manu and Shatrupa decided, the best decision you will ever see. No wonder these two of them became the parents of Bhagwan himself. Barbas Rajas Sutahi Tabadinha Nari Samet Governor Bana Kinha. He gave all that kingdom and power and everything to his son. You take this. You don't want it? Take it. Barabbas word is used. Forcefully. Even if you don't want it, you take it. And he left with his wife. That is actual true sannyas. You should not be telling, one of these good days I will take sannyas. Trini speak like that, one of these good days I will take sannyas. One of these good days I will leave everybody in this house and go, If anybody saying like that, you rest assured he going nowhere. Correct. He going nowhere. I see that already. Every day he threatening, he going. He no. He gave it and left like that. Went on different tirats and went all over this, and then sat Naimisharanya, different places like that, and now did tapas. And if you see how ghor tapas, but basically both of them concentrated on a very, very famous mantra. All of you will be knowing this mantra. See down number 143, this is. द्वादश अक्षर मंत्र पुनि जप ही सहित अनुराग राम जप ही सहित अनुराग वासुदेव पद पंकरुह दंपति मन राग सिया पर रामचंद्र की जय शरण पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सियावर रामचंद्र की जय शरणम। द्वादश अक्षर मंत्र पुनि जप ही सहित अनुराग. Two things are there. No? One is the chanting of the mantra, but how he chanted anurag. In the Ramayana, there are 3 words without ending, One word, let me tell you these 3 words. Anurag word I am trying to tell. Chanted the mantra but with anurag. In this Ramayana, there is the word rag. Rag means attachment. There is the second word we call it birag. Birag means detachment. And the third word is anurag. Anurag means attachment to Bhagwan. Anurag is also attachment, but attachment to the right thing. Attachment to Bhagwan. Excessive love for Bhagwan and Bhagwan alone. That thing is called as Anurag. So with that type of love for Bhagwan, he chanted with Dwadasha mantra. Dwadasha mantra, all of you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya. Vasudeva Pada Pankaruha, with deep, intense love for the lotus feet of Bhagwan. Vasudeva. Dampati Mana Atilag. They sunk their minds in his feet, like that. And went on chanting this mantra. Tulsidas describes Ura Abhilasa. This is again now after 143. Ura Avilasha Nirantar Hoi Dekhiya Nayana Parama Prabhu Soi Aguna Akhanda Ananta Anadi Jehi Chintahi Paramarat Madi. These two verses show the heights to which Manu and Shatrupa had reached, contemplating on that reality from the absolute standpoint. Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Ura Abhilash Nirantar Hoi. देखिए नयन परम प्रभु सोई.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
अगुण अखंड अनंत अनादि.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
जहि चिंतै परमारथ बादी. नेति नेति जहि वेद निरूपा.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
निजानंद निरूपाधि अनुपा.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
शंभु विरंचि विष्णु भगवाना.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
उपजहि जासु अंश ते नाना.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
श्री राम जय राम जय जय रामा.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
जय रघुरामा.
Jaya Raghu Rama.
जय सीता Siyavar Ramachandra ki jai. Ur abhilasha nirantar hoi, dekhiye nayana parama prabhu soi. One and only one desire plagued the heart as they did this tapas. And the tapas is described here at length. How many years, 10,000 years, only living on water, only on fruit, then no food, no air. Then he stopped breathing also, Manu. Took one breath. Actually, in yoga, this is all possible. If with little practice, only a few days of practice, one will be able to hold that breath, and with that one breath, bring one's metabolism to such a slow rate that that metabolism only requires a wee, tiny bit of that prana to happen. All these things are possible in yoga. You all have to go and read and all the details of his tapas. I'm telling the bigger story and all. We can't see all the verses, but here, that nature of the absolute reality, they meditated on while they were chanting this. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Aguna, Akhanda, Ananta, Anadi. That reality is Aguna, without gunas, quality, traits, characteristics. Aguna, Akhanda, unbroken, one limitless, infinite, unbroken reality. The next word is Ananta, infinite. But unbroken, no gaps in Bhagavan. People have all sorts of thoughts about different things. No gaps in the absolute reality. Or the absolute reality is kind of like thick over here and thinned out over here. People have real ideas in their head like this. Bhagavan more present in one place and less present in some other places. No such thing. Akhanda, unbroken and uniform reality. Anadi, beginningless, that reality. Jehi chintahi paramarthabadi. That reality on whom the great jnanis contemplate. They contemplate on that Bhagavan, who is described in the Upanishads as Neti Neti Jehi. Veda Nirupa. The Vedas describe as Neti Neti, who is inconceivable. Not this, not this, not this. Because it is inconceivable. Anything you put your mind on, and you say, but this is Bhagavan. Well, you just missed. Neti Neti. Nijananda, in his own bliss, that Lord. Nirupadhi, without any adjuncts and without any limitations. Like that. Anupa, incomparable. Sambhu Viranchi Vishnu Bhagavana, Upajahi Jasu Amsate Nana. A minor fraction of whom, that absolute reality, a minor fraction of from whom was formed Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. Reality. I read something recently. When you start thinking about infinite reality, suppose you start from zero, just to let your mind start dabbling in the concept of infinity. Suppose you start from zero and you go 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, 10 million, 10 gazillion, 10 Brazilian, 10 whatever you go, right? If you go like that, no matter how far you go counting, you are still always closer to zero than to infinity. What an astounding thought, Infinity, if you really start thinking, it'll blow your mind. And that Ananta Bhagavan they meditated on. Like that the scriptures describe. Ananta, Anadi, Akhanda, and just a fraction of whom formed Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. They meditated on that reality like that. And Tulsidaji says, many times Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh came during the tapas. Many times. Asked for some boon. Manu did not shake. The Manusha Trupa did not move. Then, after some time of doing tapas like this, that absolute reality itself manifested and in this Ramcharitmanas, lot of messages come from Akashvani. Akashvani means this voice from space. Akash means space, and Vani means speech. Now see, this is after 144. About 3 chopais down. Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram,
Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Prabhu Sarvajna Das Nij Jani.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Gati Ananya Tapas Nriparani.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Magu Magu Varu Bhainavavani.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Param Gabir Kripamrit Sani.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram,
Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Syamar Ramachandra ki jai. Prabhu Sarvagya Das Nija Jani. Prabhu is Sarvagya also. That Ishvara is called as Sarvagnya. Sarvagnya means all knowing. That is one reason why we should not pray for anything, Before you pray Bhagavan already, it's called Sarvagnya. Sarvashaktiman, Sarvagnya, Sarvavyapi. So, that Sarvagnya Bhagavan, let me tell you, I am using all of these words, and in the 108 days I am going to be using all of these words. You please start using all of these words. Because the English words could never capture the Sanskrit. You say this word after me. Bhagavan is Sarvagnya. Say Sarvagnya. Yeah, Sarvagnya means one who is all knowing. Now, if you are going somewhere, you are traveling somewhere, this word will come to your mind, and then you will start thinking, Bhagavan is Sarvagnya? Kya baat hai? Bhagavan knows. He knows what I am thinking right now. Not only that, before I think it, he already knows. Isn't it? This is the meaning of Sarvagnya. Otherwise, he is not Sarvagnya. So like that, Bhagavan, this Sarvagnya Bhagavan, Das and Jani, understanding that these two are his great devotees, Manushatrupa, Gati Ananya Tapas, Nripa Rani. Nripa means king, Rani means queen. King and queen. They had concentrated on this mantra so much, and concentrated on me so much, that they gave up their own personality in thinking about me only. As though they don't exist anymore, only I exist. This is called Ananya. Ananyas Chintayanto Mam. This is called Gita. Like that they reached. They don't exist anymore, only Bhagavan exists. Magu Magu Varubhe Navabani. The Akashvani. Ask for some boon. This space, this voice. Paramagambhir Kripa Mritasani. A deep and resounding voice filled with compassion also came from the space like that. Then, both of them asked that boon. What was the boon? Bhagavan, We want to see you. Why don't you? Dekhi hum so roop bhari lochan. Now this is what? After 1, 4, 5. Dekhi hum so roop bhari lochan. We want to fill our eyes with your I don't know why you always have the habit of making through Akashvani you just talk. Come here and talk now. Like that. Kripa karahu pranatarati mochan. You have compassion on us and please appear. And then Tulsidashi describes. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram.
Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jai Ram. Jai Jai Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Rama.
Dampati bachan param priya lage.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Rama.
Mridul bineet prem ras sane. Shri Ram Jai Ram.
Jaya Jaya Rama.
Bhagat bachal prabhu kripa nidhana.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Rama.
Vishwas pragate bhagwana.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jai Ram. Jai Jai Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jai Ram. Jai Jai Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Rama.
Syamvar Ramachandra ki jai. Dampati bachan param priya lage. The king and queen. Dampati means wife and husband. When they spoke to Bhagwan about appearing, because the only truth is Akashvani and all, we don't know where this voice is coming from, And nowadays, houses so close around you, and you hear something going on, you don't know if it's coming from this neighbor or that neighbor. Yeah? So anyway, but mridula binita prema rasa page means their request from Bhagwan was soft and sweet, filled with sweetness and softness, tenderness, a lot of love. So, Bhagat Bachal Prabhu Kripani Thana Bhagwan, who is Bhagat Bachal. Bhagat Bachal means he is like the cow to the calf of the devotee. Yeah. How the mother cow, when that calf is born, how she licks and how much. Maybe I'm talking, many people don't know, but you have to see when that calf is born. So Bhagwan is like that to the devotee. That is the idea. Kripani Thana, the ocean of compassion, storehouse of compassion. Biswabhas pragate Bhagavana. Biswabhas. And see Tulsidashi how he juxtaposes ideas. Bhagwan is Biswabhas. Biswabhas means Bhagwan is there existing in every iota of the universe. He calls Bhagwan like that. Existing in every iota of the universe. Biswabhas. Who pervades the whole universe. But then, Pragate Bhagavana, in the same line, he became manifest. He became manifest. Means to say, and this is a very, very profound point which you have to reflect on. The Lord is there present everywhere in the universe. but he is not manifest to our eyes. What a most wonderful thing. Who is there present everywhere, but we don't see. Hari Vyapak Sarvatra Samana Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Prem te pragat hoi main jana Shri Ram Jaya Ram
Jai Jai Rama.
Hari Vyapak Prematra Samana Shri Ram Jaya Ram
Jai Jai Rama.
Hari Vyapak Sarvatra Samana Shri Ram Jaya Ram
Jai Jai Rama.
Prem te pragat hohi main jana Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. What an amazing state of existence of a jiva, that the jiva is an amsha of a bigger reality that is all pervasive, and the jiva never sees this reality. I am an amsha of that reality and I never see. He says that reality is Biswa Bas, means pervading the whole universe, dwelling in every iota of the universe. And that reality became Pragat. Pragat means manifest. And this is a big word in Sanskrit, in Hindu tradition, in the Vedas and all. Bhagwan, and not only Bhagwan, nothing in this world is born. We put that name for that thing. It is born. What happens is that thing becomes Pragat. Pragat means manifest. It means that the thing was, prior to now, it was already there. And this goes for every single thing in the universe. Before you came here and you're born in bamboo number 3, maybe you were living in bamboo number 1. You dropped the body over there and they cremated the body, went to Caroni and everything and cremated, and you born right in bamboo number 3 right there. And everybody think, he gone. He gone bamboo number 3 only. Means you become demanifested over there and become manifested here. And then we call that birth. But he was not born, he was there before. Isn't it? But we have superficial words for naming cosmic events. And the superficial words become barriers to the understanding of the truth regarding that event. So anyway, Bhagavan became Pragat. Who is already there just becomes manifest. Manifest means, Pragat means visible or cognizable, perceptible to the 5 senses. That is the idea. That is called Pragat. Not that it is not there or it is born or any such thing. So Bhagavan became Pragat to Manu and Shatrupa, and they counted their blessings in number 148. 148 now you see. Again and again. See, from the voice he was telling them, again and again, ask for some boon, like that. Oh, Doha. कृपा निधान पुनि अति प्रसन्न मोहि जानी राम अति प्रसन्न मोहि जानी मांगहु वर जोई भाव मन महादानी अनुमान सिया वर रामचंद्र की जय शरणम
पवन सुत हनुमान
Jai Sharanam. Bole Kripani Thana. Bhagwan, who's Kripani Than, ocean of compassion. Bole, he spoke. Puni. Ati prasanna mohi jani. Please understand that I am extremely pleased with both of you. Manusha Trupa. Extremely magahu bara joy. Bhavamana mahadani anumani. Knowing me to be mahadani. Bhagwan is mahadani. Understand that I am mahadani and ask for anything. Mahadani means one who is the greatest giver in the world. That's why Upanishad tells Satapas taptva. He did tapas. And idagam sarvamasrijat. Through his tapas, he manifested the whole universe. In other words, he had to give up his state, not give up, he had to shake from his state of unmanifest into the state of manifest. And that is a sort of giving up only. But I have to give up my natural state. It is said that water has all of these qualities. Water has the qualities like that. It gives up its natural state for the benefit of others. You know? I'll show you how. See, Bhagwan's natural state is unmanifest, pure being. Neti, neti. Not this, not this. But from that state, he has to shake out and shake into a manifest state. So he comes Mahadani, he gives up like his own state for us. So that I can see you and you can see me. Like that. And pani, it is, see when water, let me just ask you a question. Why they say water is like this? Water gives up its own, not only your own state, you'll see how water makes sacrifice. When you add water to milk, right? You know the milkman, this is a story everywhere where there's a milkman, right? Everybody always suspicious. When you're buying a liter of milk, you're always suspicious. Yeah. One bahu in the house, with Dulhan, she gone to collect milk by the door. So she telling the milkman, but looking at him, this thing looking thin. You add water in this milk or what? He said, no, I never add water in milk. I'll never do such a thing. I added a little bit of milk to the water. Anyway, but that I just remember that I was going to tell something else. Let me just tell you something else. But when you add the water to the milk, and the whole topic of Bhagwan's sacrifice, give up his nitya. When you add water to the milk, the water thereafter gives up its name also, gives up its form also, and gives up its right to self-protection also when water is added to milk. How? See, that time, if you have a bottle of milk and you put a cup of water in it, nobody says, look, I'm selling water. I'm selling milk. So the water gave up its name. He's called now as milk. Right? Gave up he's colorless. Now he has become it. Color. Gave up his rupa. Nama, rupa. Then his right to self-protection. If that milk is hurt, you put the milk on the fire and you boil him. And the milk bubbles over. When the milk feels the pain of that fire, it boils over. And not the milk that outs the fire, it's the water that put out the fire. So he sacrifices his own self to save the milk. Like this, when rishis reflect, this Bhagwan is like this water. He gives up his own. So his name was what? Unmanifest. Now his name has become Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, Ishvara, this, that. He gave up his name of unmanifest. He gave up his name as Nirgunatva. Now he has become Guna. See, all of us have gunas. With different qualities and traits and characteristics and all of that. And day and night now Bhagwan has to keep awake now to protect us because he is Palanahari. protector of everybody. You see? So, Bhagwan came out and he tell, I am Mahadani. I am means the one who, the greatest giver in the, I will give up my form, my naam, roop, everything. For you. Mahadani is the meaning of Mahadani, what I am just telling you. So Magahu, bara joy, bhava, mana, whatever is there in your mind, ask. Oh Manu Shatrupa, considering me to be Mahadani. नाथ देखी पद कमल तुम्हारे अब पूरे सब काम हमारे. Both of them said, Prabhu, what do you ask? No, we have seen your feet, you know. Now that we have seen your feet, what is there to ask for? And this is a big thing. Really speaking, a true devotee of Bhagwan doesn't ask Bhagwan for anything. And I'll show you why. First of all, we live here in Ramayana only, Tulsidashi has written, Karma Pradhana Visvakari Rakha. He has placed in this universe a most preponderant law. That law is called law of karma. And the law of karma is what? So you sow, so shall you reap. Now see, why it is not fruitful to ask. What is the law? So you sow, so shall you reap. If you're asking Bhagwan and you did not sow, you want to reap without sowing. Correct? Second thing, if you sowed, well, so you sow, so shall you reap. Why are you asking? Because what you sow, you will reap. Bhagwan is karma phala data, not by the prompting of anybody. Bhagwan is karma phala data because that is the law of the universe. So if you sowed, you did the karma, you will get the result. If you didn't do the karma, that means you want to get the result without doing the karma. But that is bad. So why are you asking? That is why the prayers in the Upanishads, the prayers in the Vedas are like that, you know. See, Tvameva Mata, Chapita Tvameva, you are my mother, father, you are this, you are everything. Where is there any asking? There is no asking. That prayer doesn't have Om Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat Purnamudachyate. No asking. You see. If there is asking, asking is only reserved for two things. One, you give me mukti so that I never have to ask again. Because one who has mukti, he never has to ask for anything. So give me mukti if you're asking. Ask for that. But if you're asking and it is not mukti, ask for somebody else. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha. Let all be happy. Sarve santu niramaya. Let all be disease free. But you go there, oh Bhagwan, please take away this disease from me now. Oh God, when you go, smile on me. He only asking for himself. That's not Hindu prayer. Asking for the benefit of, like that. So they told Prabhu, we already saw your feet, what we'll ask for. But Bhagwan kept, yes. Bhagwan kept pushing the two of them, Manu and Shatrupa. Then, first now to speak was Shatrupa. Ek lalasa bari ura mahi, sugama agama kahi jataso nahi. Okay, since you is insisting then, okay, there was one thought which was there in my mind. And both of their mind actually. One thought which was there in our mind. What is that? This is now number 149. See, those of you who have your Ramayana, they see 149. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
दानी शिरोमणि कृपा निधि, नाथ कहो सती भाव, चाहो तुम समान सुत, प्रभु सन कवन दुराओ। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, शरणम सीताराम।
सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, शरणम सीताराम।
सियावर
रामचंद्र की जय, शरणम सीताराम।
Dani Siromani Kripanidhi, names they call Bhagavan. Just now Bhagavan said he is called as Maha Dani. Then now they refer to Bhagavan as Dani Shiromani. Shiromani means the crest jewel. Shir is head. Mani means jewel. So Shiromani means the crest jewel. So the crest jewel among Danis. That is Bhagavan. Kitna sundar naam hai. How beautiful is his name? Kripanidhi again. Bhagavan is called a Karunanithan, Kripanithan. Karunanithan, Prabhu Shri Ram. Karunanithan,
प्रभु श्री राम।
Karunanithan, Prabhu Shri Ram.
करुणानिधान प्रभु श्री राम।
Sita Vallabha, Sita Vallabha, Mat Sevita, Sita Vallabha, Hanumat Sevita. भरत प्राण हरि प्रिय रघुराम,
भरत प्राण हरि
प्रिय रघुराम। करुणानिधान प्रभु श्री राम।
करुणानिधान प्रभु श्री राम।
दशरथ नंदन संत जन रंजन,
दशरथ नंदन सत जन रंजन।
दशरथ नंदन संत जन रंजन।
दशरथ नंदन सत जन रंजन।
माया प्रेरक मुक्ति प्रदायक,
माया प्रेरक मुक्ति प्रदायक।
करुणानिधान प्रभु श्री राम।
करुणानिधान प्रभु श्री राम।
करुणानिधान प्रभु श्री राम।
करुणानिधान प्रभु श्री राम।
जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम।
जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम।
जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम।
जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम।
जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम।
जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम।
जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम।
जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम।
जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम।
जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम।
जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम।
जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय
Dani Siro Mani Kripa Nidhi Karuna Nidhan, like that Bhagwan is. They address him. And then Nath Kahau Mati Bhau. Okay, since you are insisting, I'll tell. What? Chahau Tumahi Samana Sutta. We want to have a son like you. Then, Prabhu Sana Kavana Dura. How can we hide it from you also? If that is there in mind. You already know that. Dekhi Priti Suni Bachana Allo Amole. Eva mastu kripani dibole. Bhagavan said, Eva mastu. So be, so it will be. You be careful. See, learn this word. Evam astu. Evam astu, like that. Thus it will be. Or thus it shall be. Evam astu. Why I'm telling you, learn that word, you know? I remember some time ago when I did not know these words and I had to look for the meaning in the English translation, and in Gita Press also. In the English translation, Amen. They translate as Hare Rama. Kya anarth ho gaya. Evam astu. Bhagavan says, so it shall be. But then, Bhagavan also then taught, a son like me? I talk too fast. Because we go get somebody like Bhagavan. Bhagavan feel he talk too fast. So quickly in the next line now, Bhagavan says, Aapu saris kho jao. Kaha jai? Somebody like me, where will find? Because Bhagavan is one and ekam eva dvitiyam. One and only, without a second. Where you will find? When he eva mastu, he told son like you, and then now he think, then he Nripa tavatanaya hob may I myself will come as your son. Bhagavan, like, he find himself in a position now, he himself have to come now. Like that. No. Both of them requested from Bhagavan a slight variation in their boon. You know, today everything has variation. Well, that thing going on from that time itself. A slight variation in the boon. I want you to see this, the 150. Just there, before 150 and 150 itself. See that? Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
जय निज भगत नाथ अतव आहई जो सुख पावहि जो गति लहही
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
सोई सुख सोई गति सोई भगति सोई निज चरण सनेहु सोई विवेक सोई रहनि प्रभु हम ही कृपा करि देव सियावर
रामचंद्र की जय शरणम सीताराम.
सियावर रामचंद्र की जय शरणम सीताराम. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. जेहि निज भगत नाथ. This is Shaturupa speaking first. Variation in the boon. You have options, you know. जेहि निज भगत नाथ तव अहई, जो सुख पावही जो gati lahi. Prabhu, there are some people who are called your devotee, na? Your devotee. And your devotee, they reach certain state. Jo sukha, they attain such certain type of joy, sukha, ananda. Pavahi jo, gati lahi, they reach a certain destiny like that. Soi sukha, that joy, that sukha. Soi gati, that state where they reach. Soi bhakati, that devotion which they have. Soi nija charana saniha, that love for your lotus feet. Soi vivek, that intellectual giant they become. Soi rahani, Prabhu, hamahi kripa kari tihu. When you become my son, Saturupai telling, I want to have that state of somebody who is considered to be your devotee and reaches the ultimate state. And what about Manu now? Now you will understand many things when you see Manu's variation of the boon. Or addition to the boon, or whatever you want to call it. Just go down a few lines again and see that. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Sut Bishayak Tava Padarati Ho.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Mohi Barmur Kahe Kinako.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Muni Binu Phani Jimi Chala Binu Meena.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Mama Jivan Timi Tumahi Adhina.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
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 Shri Ram Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Ram. Syavar Ramachandra ki Jai. Prabhu, you know, like somebody who have attachment to something in this world, when you become my son, I want you to bless me with that type of attachment. Like how a person have something, how is attached to something in this world. Mohi bara moorkha hai ki na ko. People may think I am mood, foolish and all of that sort of thing. But I want to be like Mani binu pani, Jimmy, Jala binu Meena. Like how a fish cannot do without water. Or how that snake, if they take out that money from its crown, that snake dies. In the same way, Mama Jivanatimi Tumahi Athena. I should be so dependent on you that if you are taken away from my life, I die. Now you understand why Dasharatha died and Kausalya did not? It was this Manu and Shatrupa who became Dasharatha Ji Maharaj and Kausalya. Because it was there as part of their boon. He had asked for that thing. Kausalya asked for the high state of enlightenment. He asked for the high state of... This is called as anurag. Remember I was telling you about the anurag word just now? This is called anurag. He asked for anurag. And anurag is such that when that object of our love is not there, I die. Dasharatha Ji died. Ram kahi. 6 times he said Ram and he died. This is the Manu Shatrupa Prasanga of this Balkand. They became Dasharatha and Kausalya, the parents of Bhagwan Ram. Okay. Now Tulsidas is not finished yet. This is a long story of Pratap Bhanu, and it's longer than Narada's story also. Long, many verses and all, we'll see that. Okay. Let me say a very special thank you to all the members of this temple. Sri Sadananji Brahma Bhatt, sitting here. Oh, Sadananji, welcome to Trinidad and Tobago. Sadananji now is the new vocal teacher for the Mahatma Gandhi Cultural Institute here in Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you for gracing our nation with your presence. And we hope that your stay here will be nice and you will be able to impart your most wonderful knowledge to all the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Great that you have joined us. Okay. Now, today's prasad will be received by the president of this temple, Mr. Jamuna himself. Some time ago, I came and visited the temple and I told that we'll come and we'll have satsang. And then the COVID licked me up. And we couldn't make it here. But today, we are here. So I would like to call on Mr. Jamuna himself to come and receive a little prasad from all of us. This is the whole Ramayana on a flash drive. We had done for the Vedanta course and all the lines. Now in this 108 we cannot do all the lines. We have to jump. But there we had done every line. So on behalf of Chinmaya Mission, we want to present this whole Ramayana on flash drive. You can listen in your car, listen everywhere. To you and the members of the temple. Huh? Thank you. And thank you for having us here. We are so happy to be here. All right. You'll say a few words before we... Yes, I'll call. Okay. Shobha Jamuna. If Shobha can please come and say a few words and then we'll have the Aarti. Today's Ramayana was by Shri Mishra and Ranuka Rambaran. Rambaran. Nice last name.
Welcome everybody.
Sit down.
I am here. My name is Subhash. I am not Shobha.
Oh,
Subhash Yamuna. I am here on behalf of my uncle, Uncle Dale. So I'm here to come here before you to give a vote of thanks. And I would like to start off by thanking you, Swamiji. I'd like to say thank you. I especially enjoyed the Ramayana tonight. I especially enjoyed the part with, brains versus brawn because I am living example of it. As you can see, I am, living proof because I have something in common with you. I am also a lawyer.
Oh.
And I read your synopsis online last night a little bit about you. And I understand that you have a law degree from Benares, India. So I say, oh, we have something in common. And I especially enjoy the part with, your little lesson on attachment and everything because that is so important about everybody here. What we have to learn, especially in this time of COVID, that we should forego the materialism and learn to enjoy the company of people because, as you can see, people are suffering out there. Unfortunately, people are dying. So we have to take in comfort that the people who are with us. And also, I especially enjoy the little bit on, what is this? The part on transmigration, but that's a whole different discourse. With, transmigration from bamboo, number 1 to number 3. But that's a whole different lesson there. So I just want to say on behalf of the president of the Sri Ram Vijay Temple, Uncle Deo, Sumaya Jamuna, thank you very much. And we are very grateful for your presence here tonight.
Thank you.
I would also like to take this little time to thank Pandit Bisram Sudat. I was here since 5 o'clock and I see you, doing a devotion as well. So I would like to say on behalf of the president, thank you. I would also like to take this time to thank the musicians. thank you for the ambience and thank you for the music. It was so lovely. You know, I'm a great fan of music, so thank you, dear. You know, it was such a pleasure because it put you such a mind at ease and peace. So we all appreciate that. I would also like to thank my uncle, the president of the temple, the Sri Ram Vijay Mandir. Uncle dear, without you, none of this would have been possible. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the members of the committee who organized everything for this evening. Thank you. And what else? Yeah, and I would also like to take this special time to thank Sankhya TV for bringing this broadcast to the members at home and also to the radio station. I think it was 101.7. Thank you. Thank you for joining us this evening. And with that, again, we appreciate your presence and Sitaram, good evening.
Okay, yes. Tomorrow is Saturday, and therefore 4 p.m. Sundar Kand will start there. Pandit Vishramji and his group will be there chanting from 4 p.m. Sundar Kand. Then they will have the 10 dohas. Then we'll have Ramayana. Okay, आरती के लिए सब खड़े हो जाइए, बाद में देखेंगे. आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की. आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की. यावत ब्रह्मा विक मुनि नारद, वाल्मीक विज्ञान विशारद, सुख सनकादिशेष रुसारद, बरनी पवन सुत कीरति नीकी.
आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी. आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी.
गावत वेद पुराण अष्टदश, छो शास्त्र सब ग्रंथन को रस. मुनि जन धन संतन को सर्वस, सार अंश सम्मत सब ही की.
आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी. आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी.
गावत संतत शंभु भवानी, अरुघत संभव मुनि विज्ञानी. व्यास आदि कवि वर्ग बखानी,